First of all, I know you've got a penis. Well done. That's why we're in this room.
Yeah.
if we didn't have a penis, you'd be in the other room. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Second of all, you're not wet anymore. Put something on, right? If you're drying yourself and you catch a glimpse, fine, right? Why are you walking around? Yeah. Why are you walking around? Your stuff's near your locker. Go down there, do that. And finally, and this is the most annoying thing, is why do you have to put your leg up on something?
Yes.
Right, shall we do it?
Who's sexually aroused before we start? Anyone?
Okay. Yeah, guys, yeah. Actually, this is good, actually. We could kind of sort of lift, pull back the curtain on the Patreon for those who want to get involved. These guys, so hi guys, welcome back to James and Flav for now. These are just some of the checks we do before we start the podcast off. Flav will always ask, as you just did then, you'll ask.
Who's sexually aroused?
Who's sexually aroused? Just cards on the table, isn't it? Just cards on the table, guys. Just if we can know, Sonny, of course, always. Yeah. But will he ever do anything about it? That's the thing. Will he ever connect the dots? I hope that he will one day. Catherine's at work. That's not an answer. Skull Thuggery, the one, the only. Go subscribe to his channel. He's talking about North London Derby tickets. So he's somewhat aroused, I presume.
He says managed to get North London Derby tickets, wanting to do the decent thing and offer Flav out for a tasty little scrap.
Oh, that is what a class act.
That is a class act. I fully appreciate that. But listen, if I ever see you around Tottenham, I'm going to spread you all over the pavement like marmalade.
Yeah. Because not only because you're double hard, and I say that, I could have said that with a Cockney accent, but I thought it was important not to, just to be very clear. He's double hard. No confusion there. But also because you've been getting whamped, haven't you, mate? You revealed that on the pod last week.
I'm getting so I can't. We've talked about, I've got my own room. They only let me in through certain periods because I don't want to humiliate the others. And it's going. I'm going to the gym after this episode's finished.
Really?
All right. And you know what? I've got to pick the kids up, but if I'm not finished by the time they get out of school, they're just gonna have to wait.
If you are a dry slug, you won't be watching this live. If you are as moist as a towelette, then you may be aroused and watching it, which is the double whammy for anyone on a Thursday. Welcome to all our patrons. If you want to get involved with that, link is in the description. Lots to talk about. I went on Twitter and asked people what they wanted to talk about. Breaking news in the EFL with Chris Hughton. Lovely gentleman, stoic, calm, too nice to be sacked, yet
also
inevitably becomes inevitably becomes sacked.
In terms of
Chris Hughton has gone.
We're going to talk about them later, right? The bingo, the football cliches, football bingo, right? But calling Chris Hughton a nice man, a good man,
gentleman,
a gentleman is the most cliche thing. Doesn't matter if he's a gentleman, you're bottom, right? You don't have to caveat the fact that he's shit or he's done a shit job with him being a nice bloke. And I love him. I mean, he's a Tottenham legend, but you don't always have to say he's a nice man after you sack him. Well, I've got nothing against him. He's a good bloke, lovely bloke. In fact, always held himself in the right way, conducted himself with dignity, was always a good figurehead for the club. But he's shit.
Yeah, there is something in the fact that he is being sort of, the game feels like it's evolving past him. I heard someone say on, I won't name who, but they were saying that, you can look as many stats as you want, but sometimes it's just about getting the ball in the box. And I was like, yeah, okay, fine. But that is a philosophy that will not work long term. And I'm not saying Chris Hughton's a dinosaur, but what I am saying is, and it's funny, even now as I'm saying this now, I do want to go, as much as he's a nice guy, I can't help but say that. As much as he's a cracking gay football guy, I only said gay there, footballing man, he has been relieved of his duties at Brighton because they wanted a young, forward-thinking, modern manager.
Is it Potter?
Yes. And he's now been relieved due to the fact that they have had their worst start to a season in 108 years. And I think they want to go modern as well. They want the youngsters. So JT's been linked, Flav.
I'd rather go Frank Lampard if you're them. I mean, John Terry has had he's had he's assistant manager job for a while at Villa. So if I was Forest, I'd probably go but Lampard. But obviously, he has managed Derby, and I'm not sure how that would go down. Although Brian Clough also managed both clubs and done well at both, so I'm not sure how much that matters. Yeah, but yeah, it's got to be. You got to look to someone like Lampard or even John Terry. Just a bit of excitement, a bit of buzz around the place because they've just stagnated for so long. It's just you never like. Obviously, the other football cliche is that Nottingham Forest, one of the biggest clubs, massive sleeping giant. But the reality is, no one thinks about Nottingham Forest outside of Nottingham. No one.
They're the Everton of the EFL because they. Do you know how long they've been out of the Premier League? Guess.
I'd guess. All right. I'd guess. Have they even been in the Premier League?
Yeah. They finished third, in like one of the early seasons.
Oh yeah, Collymore and Brian Roy. I remember that. Yeah, vividly now. It's got to be 20 years.
23 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yeah. But they came up. They got relegated, and then they came up because they came up with Collymore. Do you remember? And that broke-out season. So it's not like they, they were a shadow of their former self at the first part. If they must have gone down shortly after the Premier League started because Teddy Sheringham scored on his debut in the Premier League. No, scored for Nottingham Forest on the first game of the season. Then Spurs bought him. And that would have been around...
Yeah, that was 1993.
Yeah, so they must have got relegated that season and then came back up. But but the point is, they've now become... People are indifferent to them. You don't think about Nottingham Forest in any way, really. And the only reason we're talking about them now is because they're rock bottom, but they haven't done anything to achieve through the models that they've had. I know they've had like 10 managers in the last 10 years. There's no stability there. The manager's reign seems to be... always sort of short-termist, and then there needs a new model.
Stuck,
I know what?
They're stuck.
They're stuck. Yeah, the guy who bought them from Olympiacos, he put in people at board level that weren't used to English football, and these are people that conduct business at in an environment that's going to be different from that of in Greece, and plus Olympiacos are a huge team, whereas Nottingham Forest haven't achieved much in, like you say, in like 20 years. So something needs to give, and getting in a strong-minded manager with a bit of kudos about him and a bit of a gravitas, I should say, like John Terry or Lampard would, might be the kick up the arse they needed, but neither are experienced in getting a club out of this situation.
I'm blown away by how much you... Hey, what? Are you all right? Someone check on Flav. He's just hang on, what? We just had a serious conversation. Whoa. We just had a serious conversation about the EFL, and you... Sorry. You can... I can't even say it. You contributed.
I did.
Amazing. Wow. Hit the like button, guys. I mean, if there's ever a week that we've earned it, and Flav has, where's that knowledge been kept? Unbelievable. That's wow. God, I'm buzzing for the rest of this now. It's downhill from here, guys. You might as well leave, actually. Yeah, off you go, everyone. Off you go. Right. With that in mind, let us know who you'd like to... sorry, I'm doing it like it's a normal video. Hang on. Big Jim... I've got to keep saying this the wrong way. Jim's Big Laugh Award. I've literally got it written wrong in the script. It was actually... We were on fire last week. In the podcast. If you did miss last week's podcast, go check it out. And there were a few. It was more quotes of the week that made me laugh out loud. But this was good. So first, Will Simner. As you said, Chris Wilder linked with the Forest job. I quickly WhatsApped that to the guys at League of 72. Like, can we get this interview out? He's going to have a job in a minute. Oh, I really enjoyed that interview. As you said, Chris Wilder's gaff was nice. Could managers' gaffs be a segment where every week you select a different manager and we say that what their gaff would be like? Of course, that didn't make me laugh, but the comments below did. Peter G went, "Oh, Will, back to the archives for you."
Yeah, back you go. You like that idea, do you? Well,
yeah.
We
that's
got
a good idea,
for
isn't it? Yeah. Catch up, son. Catch up. Yeah. 1 week ban, and when I say 1 week ban, I'm saying go back to the archives and learn your craft, and then come back as a proper slug. Will Simner replied, "Sorry, I'm young in my slug life. I'll ban myself for a week." And James and Louis from the James and Flav community page said, "Oh, the innocence of youth." So that didn't make me chuckle. That the fact that oh, why don't you do this like really weird thing where you like that doesn't make any sense and shouldn't really work in a podcast where you actually just describe someone's like house. Yeah, we've done it. Unbelievable. Asta Real, quote of the pod: "Forearms, by arms."
Yeah. So just because you don't know, when you get wampy, there are muscles that most people don't know about that pop up.
Yeah.
So sorry, I'm educating you if anything.
Yeah. So if you're not aware of by arms, where are the by arms located, Flav?
They're sort of in this sort of area, but they're not like biceps. They're like in between the biceps and the triceps and
sure.
And the yeah.
I went to the gym this morning. I'm trying to get myself wamped like you. I could do with some tips actually. Do you know what wound me up a little bit? You walk in, some bloke just like unnecessarily naked. What? Yeah. Why? So first of all, I know you've got a penis. Well done. That's why we're in this room.
Yeah.
If we didn't have a penis, you'd be in the other room. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Second of all, you're not wet anymore. Put something on, right? If you're drying yourself and you catch a glimpse, fine, right? Why are you walking around? Yeah. Why are you walking around? Your stuff's near your locker. Go stand there, do that. And finally, and this is the most annoying thing, is why do you have to put your leg up on something?
Yes, yeah, I've been there, mate. I've got a vivid image of this guy. He was very hairy, bald, kind of Mediterranean complexion. No, pretty normal, but his cock was enormous.
Yeah.
And he put his foot up like that, and it just sort of dangled like that. And I was just like, everyone was just like,
yeah.
Why do men? Some men, they'll put their socks on. And then they'll put a shirt on and leave their cock out as they just put some boxes on first, then put your shirt on. Why go shirt first?
Yeah,
makes no sense.
Just dangling about. Do you know what? And if they got a massive penis, I think my inner monologue would be, well, you would, wouldn't you? I'd love that. This guy. And yes, I saw it. Of course I saw it. It was moving in the light. I mean, how am I supposed to not look at it? Like, everything's moving like a normal thing. And then there's this little wobbly bit down the bottom. Of course I'm going to see it. And it wasn't that big. So I'm not put this...
Jim, how many times did you say you glanced at it? How many times?
I don't know. Because I got to a point where I was always checking, going... I honestly felt like going...
he still hasn't put his pants on.
Yeah, I'm going to close my locker and then go... Would you...
Mind?
Oh, what's going on here? I'm sorry. And I think I'd wake... I think I almost like wake everyone else up who's just like quietly trying to get the stuff done and not deal with this. But I would go, guys, what are we not going to... Is this all right? Is it? This is fine.
No one's going to mention this.
No one's going to mention that he's had this out for 4 minutes now.
Do you know what else? Like, we're talking about changing rooms. I'm always surprised because there's a thing, right? You can't get naked in public, obviously, right? It's bad etiquette to get your dick out at any time, right? Mm. Unless you're in a toilet or something like that, then it's pretty normal.
Yeah, it's necessary.
But when you go into a changing room after you've played a game of football, getting naked seems no one has an issue with it. And I'm specifically talking about a time when we played some five-side football or something. It was at Arsenal's training ground. Everyone went into the changing room, and my work colleagues, all of them, well, not all of them, a couple of them, one of them especially, immediately got naked. And I was just a bit like taken aback by it. It's like, why are you so comfortable? Like, we share an office all the time. If I had asked you to get your dick out in the office, it would be a scandal. But the minute you go into this little cubicle changing room, it's completely normal. And it's like,
Imagine you did that. Imagine you did that at work. At work, like you're going, like there's a shower at work, and you go, I've just been to the gym, and like next to your computer, just going down. See you in a minute. Tell on, off you go. Like, I don't know. I mean, generally, look, changing rooms are for changing, right? So, I know,
but you know, I get it. But what I did is literally. My cock must have been out for about 3 seconds max. So it's just down and then straight back up. I was ready to get my pants on as fast as possible. Sure. The person I'm thinking about, he was naked for about at least 90 seconds.
Because there's something in this, right? There's something in that thought process. Because I'm thinking, no one wants to see my cock. No,
of course not.
No one wants to see that. Of course they don't. So it's like people who wear, like you wear a mask. Like you wear a mask because you're unwell. Like I've seen this. I know generally people don't really want to see this, right? So I'm going to cover it up, right? Or like if you're ill, I don't want other people to get ill. It's a strange analogy. So I'm going to cover it up, right? So within the inner monologue of all of that, I'm like, you want me to see your penis, don't you?
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm confused with. Unless you're like trying to get it sorted out quickly, you don't need to rush. Take your time to a point. But if you're just
if you go too quick, it's weird as well.
That's yeah.
If your penis is only out for a second, it's weird. Like I was weird. I was overcompensating for the fact that I needed to get my dick away. That was weird. I made it a thing, right? But you're making it a thing by it being too long. So there is a peak time that your willy should be out in the changing room. I'd say around 10 seconds is peak. That's when you're doing it right.
Yeah, absolutely. Peak, as in like tops, you mean max?
Yeah, I'm talking like where no one would bat an eyelid. If it's out for 10 seconds, then if it's out for 3 seconds, you're like, "What's your game? What are you hiding?"
Yeah, and there's no need. It's the walking. Who's walking? Why are you walking about? Why is that going? Is that going to flick in my eye? Like what's? Like if imagine you just putting the nightmare in my head is that I go and I'm putting my like shoes on or something, and he's on his way past, and he flicks me in the head with it. I don't need that.
It goes out and just sort of whaps against your mouth.
Just like.
What would you do, Jim? If you did it, would you go?
Probably not. Although it should be clean. I guess it depends. Is he on the way to the shower? Is he on the way back?
As he goes, he just goes out.
I'm sweating. Yeah. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, don't walk past me, mate. Put a towel around you. Otherwise, I will lick your penis. Right, anyway.
Good.
Anyway, I think that's 10 minutes on that. Tick.
Good.
Forearms, byarms, yeah. Anyway, if you are that guy, please stop it. Naz H159, quote the pod. Before we get into buffet chat, have you ever realised how much Steve Bruce's face looks like a Cornish pasty?
Yeah.
That was a quote. Hang on a minute. Oh yeah. And SFAAPK7, quote the pod. If you're going to use Flav's technique, if you're going to roll it up, don't roll from the crust, roll from the tip. Then you get rid of the crust at the end, okay? Because you're looking to get as much cheese and flavour down your throat.
Yeah. I just read something really interesting, Jim. That that's a the sour cream garlic and herb dip and Domino's has more calorie in it than 2 cheeseburgers from McDonald's.
Oh no.
Yeah,
it's so good though.
It's so good. It's like cracking it. But
and finally, this is a big laugh and quote to the pod bit. Tyler Friedman, I reckon if you zoomed in on either a Cornish pasty or Steve Bruce, it may not be that easy to tell the difference. Well, it's funny you say that because I thought that was interesting. So I've sort of screenshotted. Oh, hang on, let me get to it. I've screenshotted a couple of bits here. 3 of these screenshots.
Oh my God.
Some of these screenshots are Cornish pasties. Some of these screenshots are Steve Bruce's face.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be I thought that was an interesting experiment we could dive into.
They all look like testicles as well at the same time.
Yeah. I think that would probably be a better one where you do sort of cock or ball.
You could have added testicles as well.
Yeah. So hang on. So 1, 2, 3. There are 4 Steve Bruce picked screenshots here. Can you spot them?
Okay, so 1 and 2 just by the coloration, but by the texture you can't tell. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 is Steve Bruce also.
So you think this one's Steve Bruce?
Yep.
Correct. Do you think this is Steve Bruce?
Yes.
Correct. That's right in the middle of his nose.
That's pasty.
Pasty, correct.
Steve Bruce.
Correct.
Pasty. Steve Bruce.
Incorrect. That was a Cornish pasty. Ah, dear. I'm 35. You're 40. That is actually correct. Steve Bruce, not my best one, and I think that was a poor one really from me. I should have changed the coloration on that as well. It's clearly.
But given the fact that Cornish pasties should look nothing like a human being, the fact that one of them I wasn't sure was a Cornish pasty or was Steve Bruce, that's some going.
Yeah. 1, 2, 4. Catherine, well done. 1, 2, 4, 7. Ben M, well done. Ben M nailed it. Congratulations. And that was, I don't know what I'm going to call that. Steve Bruce or a pasty. Could do Steve Bruce and elbows next week. This seems harsh, but just a bit fun.
Yeah, Steve Bruce's face or a knee.
Seems cruel, but anyway. Final quotes of the week. Cole Llewellyn. Love the football segment of this buffet podcast. A lot of buffet chat, wasn't there? There was a lot of buffet chat. And then Peter G had an idea. This isn't a quote. I had an idea for a new bit after the Patrick Bamford chat last week. Premier League Private School 11 has to be made up of players who seem well off and obviously don't have enough steel to make it. So far, I've got Bamford, Todd Cantwell, and Conor Gallagher. Just a little test for the people there.
How do you know if they're well off though? I didn't even know Bamford was as rich as he was until I read it in the paper.
Yeah, I don't know. I think more. It might be interesting little experiments to judge people on face value and go, I think he seems to be well spoken. Thus, he's probably not got the grit to make it as a professional footballer. Despite already being a 1% footballer.
Conor Gallagher is going to the very top,
mate. He's from my neck of the woods. He went to my we went to my school. 20 years later, whatever it was. But
so he's from Surrey.
Yeah, so he goes straight in. Straight in.
No, he is mustard. He was mustard at West Brom, and again, he was so good against Spurs. We were shit anyway, but he's going to the top. I can't believe that Chelsea don't. I'll be amazed if Chelsea don't have plans for him.
Yeah, I guess that'll be the thing. But I mean, didn't people say this about Loftus-Cheek, about Abraham, about all these players? Like, for him to still make his way into that team, it's going to be very, very difficult, isn't it?
He's good enough. He should be in there, but I'd have him at Spurs. 100%.
Do you know what I love about him? Is he's different. He's different. It's strange. Back in, say, like the late 90s, he was quite a normal midfielder. Boxed up, he'll get forward, but he'll make challenges as well. He'll want to chip in with a few goals, but he'll do some of the work as well. But like football trying to change so much with playing 3 in the middle and stuff like that you have like a guy who sits and a guy who, does different bits, and he does pretty much everything. So if he was to go back to Chelsea, the thing that he does offer is like, he's not as an attacking midfielder as much like Mount is, but he's not, he's not Jorginho either. Like, I think he's really interesting. Like,
Mount got in, Mount got in after a season in the Championship with Derby. Do you know what I mean? So if Gallagher's doing it twice in 2 Premier League seasons and really the best player on the pitch, then I don't give a shit. I'd rather him than sell him to someone else and keep him at Chelsea. Anyway.
Be interesting to see how it goes on. Dean Henderson, people saying chuck him in there. Think he's posh, yeah? Well, let us know. If someone wants to do it, that'd be good. Right, what is trending? What is trending?
Maldini. Now, this could be interesting. Maldini
currently trending. Chris Wilder was trending. We can go to sports. Let's go to sports because I think that is Maldini's still up there. Conte up there. Ooh,
Conte.
Is he linked with the Nottingham Forest job?
There's a lot of Arsenal fans out there saying they want to sack Arteta so they can get Conte. The job in waiting for Conte is Man United, isn't it?
That's a great question. What is the job in waiting for Conte? You think it's the United job? You think he should sit tight and wait for the Man United job?
Yeah, 100%. He's not like Arsenal's a nightmare job for him in the same way that Spurs would be. That's why he didn't join us. Is that he needs big players, big money. That's what he needs. United have already had an incredible transfer window, so that job's done. If Solskjaer gets sacked, I think United genuinely have a really good shot at the league if they brought in Conte.
Right, if they could just, they've got everything you need. But if they could just sack the manager, I think they could really do it.
But Conte does. That's what he does. He wins leagues with big teams and big players
and big budgets.
So, yeah, exactly. And that's everything. He thrives in that pressure environment.
Mm. Yeah.
And he's managed Ronaldo. Did he manage Ronaldo at Juve? I think he did.
No, he didn't.
Did he not?
He was at Inter Milan. But also, I guess with that, the question comes: what's Solskjaer got to do to get the sack?
Well, he has to win the league this year. He's gone, right?
You think it's that? You think it's as simple as like?
What's the point in keeping him if he can't win the league with this United team?
Yeah.
Then he's not good enough, is he?
Yeah.
Like I said last week, if United will have to be disappointed if they don't win the league this season, given the money they've spent and how good a transfer window they've had. I know there are weaknesses still in their first team, you might think, but Fred and McTominay, Fred especially, might step up and become, twice the player he has been previously. So they might have the solution already in Fred. But they can't not be challenging for the league. Their first 11 especially is too good not to be. And if they don't win the league, providing they don't have any significant injuries, and Solskjaer will have to be sacked. Second's not good enough again, is it?
Yeah.
Like if he's just maintaining with that squad, if he doesn't get more points than he did last season and properly challenge, then bring in Conte and next season you're challenging.
Because I think
100%.
So someone wrote a comment, and I don't know what their name was, so forgive me for that. But it's just as you were chatting there, I thought it was interesting because whoever it was, well done. I thought it was a good comment. And they were saying that with Ronaldo, I think they scored 75 goals last year. They'll score 85 this year, he thinks, and so that should kind of take you up a bit. With Solskjaer, unlike other managers where it's like 6-game run where they haven't won a game like Houghton and then it's like enough's enough, he's kind of got to go. I don't think that will happen with him, but it's more like high jump, isn't it? It's like with high jump, basically you get 3 attempts at clearing the bar, and if you don't do it, you're out. And I think that's the case with Solskjaer here because of the squad that he's kind of got. That it's one where Conte would have to wait till the end of the season. But he'll have had his kind of third attempt at putting together a squad that's like electric, and it might just be like, look, Ollie, we've given you 3 attempts, like we're gonna get someone who's like,
yeah, I think that would be a completely fair conversation. And Solskjaer's stock has risen, but on the performances he's had with the job he's done with United, so I don't think there'd be any issue if they move him on.
But would Conte wait that long?
No, I mean, he needs a job of that size, doesn't he?
But if he wants a job this year, he's not going to get the Man United job. So maybe Arsenal is one.
Well, Arsenal doesn't fit Tottenham don't fit his mould of what he's done elsewhere. He needs huge amounts of money to spend. Arsenal just spent more money than anyone else in Europe, if that's still a fact. It was on transfer deadline day. So they're not going to spend another 200 million on other players, and it doesn't feel like they're much closer to. They're not that much better than they were 2 years ago.
Mm.
If at all.
Ben says in the chat, what counts as a successful attempt for Ollie? this is a great question, and one that I would like people to write in the comments, and we can have a few from the patrons now. What's the points that you need? Does he need 90 points? What did he get last year? See if I can find that quickly.
I'll get it. But
yeah, you find that. So yeah, how many points does he need this time around? Because I think that's interesting. Because I think that is it. Like it is like it's not like because if Man City get 100 points and Chelsea get 100 points and Man United get 95 or 90,
United got 74.
You've given it a bloody good go, haven't you?
United got 74. So if they win the league with 82, that's enough. He's done his job. But
see that's it. So is it matter? So I think the points is a fairer bar on this. So Hassan's saying 5 points off the champions. But again, what if everyone's had a bit of a mess and you've got less points than last season? Do you know what I mean? Like
he won't keep. He's got to win the league, or I can't see why you would keep what you do with him. Like, what more can you do in the next transfer window that would make his job even easier or give him more possibilities? If he can't do it with this squad, it's the end. It's got to be. You got to. They've been so bold. This is like the Manchester United in that transfer window is the one that I remember when Alex Ferguson was in charge. They just went for the best players. They spent money on Varane in wages, and Ronaldo's available. Let's get him in because we're Man United and we can do that. Sancho, massive prospect in Europe, one of the best. Get him in. That isn't a Man United we've seen since Ferguson left, pretty much. So in one transfer window, what more can you give Solskjaer other than what he's been given? And then say it's okay if he doesn't win the league. You've got to be bold in as bold as they've been in their transfer decisions. They've got to be as bold in their managerial decision if he doesn't win the league this year. If it gets to January and it looks like they're out of touch, which I don't think they will be. I think they will be in amongst it. Then I would replace him. But
he's got to be big. He's got to be bold. He's got to be wiser. For me, I just think Chelsea is so strong, Liverpool's so strong, Man City is so strong. If it was me, if he finished fourth and got 90 points, I would say it's a bit harsh to get rid of him.
Yeah, of course, but that's never going to happen.
I don't know.
What, finishing fourth on 90 points? I don't think that's ever happened in any football league ever.
Well, I'm just saying, I think there's 4 teams that have incredibly dominant squads.
Definitely, 100% agree with you, but I don't.
The maths might not work on that, but anyway, we can I tell you, leave that one for the comments. We can time it out a bit.
Yeah, I just quickly on that is that it's not. I don't. The points aren't important because there are 4 really strong teams there. It's what he does against those other teams, and if these teams, whoever wins out of that sort of mini tournament they're going to have it, where when they play each other, which will decide the league probably. Man City, United, Liverpool, Chelsea.
I think the points are important. Because the competition is so high, and because there's 4 that's so far away, that it might be one where, like I said, what if he gets 70 points and wins the league? Like that's not an improvement. It's just the glamour of getting the trophy at the end of it.
But the points totals, the amount of points that the top teams get are dependent on how strong the league is. So it's been different every year. You can just react to the challenge you have.
Yeah, okay, I hear what you're saying. Interesting. Anyway, why is Conte trending? Oh, Maldini's just dropped. He's just dropped way down. Don't know what happened there.
Was Maldini complaining about the Liverpool game last night, or has he?
I don't know. Hang on, I just don't want to get. Let's pause that because I'm going to get done for copyright. Antonio Conte wants to win. He will only accept a winning project. Cheers.
There you go.
Thanks for that.
That isn't Arsenal, is it? It's not Spurs. It's
probably not. It's
a massive job.
Maldini's disappeared. There he is. Let's just find out why Maldini's, and I'm sure it'll be another video that I'll get copyright for. It's not much. 3 generations of Maldini at Milan. If you had sex with Paolo Maldini, would you be kind of like, wow, he's beautiful, or wow, he's intimidating? Can you just blink, please?
If I was having sex with Maldini, would I be intimidated? Probably. Yeah. I'm not sure I'd be able to perform at my peak.
Do you know, my friends still talk about this. This is apparently the worst question I've ever asked. Is if you had to fight Hitler, would you feel intimidated?
Yeah. Yeah, but
I feel like it's a fair question. I think it's a good one. Going into the room, no Hitler's there. You know he's pure evil. I could
batter Hitler easy.
I think like, I know, especially now.
I reckon even in his prime, I could have. Actually, no, because he was like a soldier and stuff, so he might have had a little bit of on me. But bad diet, different time back then.
Yeah, drinking all the time.
I'm a young 40. You would have been an old 40. Yeah, I reckon I could have him.
Yeah, fair enough.
I definitely would fight him if I was in the room.
He'd be clinical, but the anger in my heart and the duty in my soul, I think, would get me over the line.
Good.
Let us know, guys. Would you feel intimidated if you had to fight Hitler? Pep Guardiola was also trending because I did want to get your thoughts on this. On what he said. So he basically said afterwards, he said, I'd like more people to come on Saturday. We will be tired. Southampton is so dangerous. I invite all of our people to come 3 p.m. to watch our game. You going after him? You going after him?
I can't stand him.
I think he's been taken out of context here massively, just to be clear.
Look, we know what Man City are. They've always struggled for attendances. The only time that they didn't historically, and there's City fans that are going to hate me for this, but my understanding is I think they hold the record for attendance in League One. When they were down.
I would be surprised by that, just because Sunderland over the last few years. You might have seen that stat a while back.
Yeah, maybe Sunderland, but they had loads basically. They had loads of people then. But generally, Man City, if you can't fill your stadium for a Champions League group stage, then perhaps the novelty of having loads of money has worn off somewhat. And what you have there probably is the fans that were there before that were going. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too black and white and binary with this, but Manchester City have always struggled because Man United are there, and they've been so dominant over the years. So you can't just. It takes time to manifest new fans, and there will have many that are not children. You're getting the new fans of Manchester City are too young to make a difference to the attendance because this is only a project that's 10, 15 years old. So you got to wait 10 years for these kids to be able to afford to go, if they even do go. To see the impact of their recent successes, isn't it? It's like, yeah, so it makes no difference about how successful and what Pep Guardiola says. I know there's been this issue, and there's been issues at every club about this electronic ticketing system. It makes it really difficult to distribute tickets. It's really bad. It's like you're making it more difficult for us to get to the football game. You have to gift your ticket, and it transfers to someone else's card through the system. Like, I know it's sort of the way things are going, and paper tickets are sort of archaic, but
thing is right. So I just was having a look on Twitter there, and this is from this guy on Twitter whose name is @Kino16. So pitch yourself. But this is 2019-20. But I think, first of all, I think Guardiola going, let's we want this place to be full. If you're one of our lot, make sure you get down here. I don't see a problem with that. And I'm actually a bit like what's he supposed to say then, kind of thing. But of course, people are going to jump on this because it's Twitter, it's a mess. But this is clubs of the English Premier League ranked by average attendance in the 2019-20 season. And they're 6th here. And the one thing I would say is that I guess it's been a while now, but that's exactly where I would. And I guess it's the competitions that they're playing in, so that you would expect more.
It's Premier League attendance. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right to me.
But I also think Man City were change of ownership. It probably takes time for you to bring in more and more and more new fans, right? So I just don't really see what the point is on this. I don't really understand what the trolling is on this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just calling them shit fans, isn't it?
Yeah.
As a fan, that's what you want to do. You just use that as an opportunity. It's not. Also, this doesn't make sense because, although I don't know what, to 2019, we might have been at Wembley. That may have been the case. But in the new stadium, we've got a 80% season ticket. So even season ticket holders. So even 80%, that isn't even 80% of our capacity. So it doesn't sound right.
Anyway, let us know what you think, especially if you're a Man City fan, because I feel like they're a bit snookered here. Like, I don't know.
They can deal with this one, Jim. Do you know what I mean? I just have to deal with it. They've got everything else.
Yeah, cool. No, I get that.
They've just got to take it on the chin. Okay. All right?
Take it. Like, imagine you're at my gym, tying up your shoes. Take it on the chin. The Joy of Roy. Now, last week we had it was almost a bipolar episode of The Joy of Roy, because there was a story in there, and you said, oh, that's a great story, and then you were like, oh, actually, even if they were fake, I wouldn't mind it. And then we found out in the chat afterwards that that story that was spoken about last week in The Joy of Roy Keane was fake, and you banned him. Yeah. But that's the knife edge that you live on when you listen to this podcast. But there are some funny ones here, because and I don't know if the actually this is what here's what I thought about. So with The Joy of Roy, what I was thinking is, now from this point onwards, I don't explain if it's real or not, right? So you'll get new people in who'll go, oh my God, this isn't a real story. I think we just...
Well, it might be real, though. They don't say this is fake.
Okay, well, yeah.
Do they?
Well, there's a few here, and we're about to read them. But I think now the blanket rule is that we just accept that, even if we know that they may not be real, we allow the world to feel as if they are real, and see if we can catch out a few people who aren't slugging it up week in, week out. Jack Rowley, The Joy of Roy. I used to work at a Beatles museum in Liverpool, and part of my job was to show the press celebs around. Roy and his brother Paddy came around. I hung behind as they went around the museum. Roy came up to me towards the end and said, Irish, the boys, you know. I said, sorry, what do you mean? Roy said, the boys. The Beatles. They're Irish. I said, I don't think they were, Roy. Roy just looked at me as if I just squared up to him and said, Irish.
I like that.
Zachary has met Roy Keane as well. So he said, when I was younger, I got roped into watching my 3-month-old niece while my sister was at work on the weekend. I also had to go to the barber that day. So when I was there, I'm sitting in the waiting area of the barbers with my niece, and who walks in but Roy fucking Keane. He wrote that. I shouldn't have sworn there. CPM, damn. I was nervous and just kept looking at him as he read a magazine and waited, but didn't know what to say. Pretty soon, though, my niece started crying, and I'm trying to quiet her down because I didn't want to. I just remembered the end of it. I'm trying to quiet her down because I didn't want her to bother Roy, but she wouldn't stop. Pretty soon, he gets up and walks over. He started running his hand through her hair and asking what was wrong. I replied that she was probably hungry or something. So Roy put down his magazine, picked up my niece, and lifted his shirt. He breastfed her right there in the middle of a barber's. Chill guy, really nice about it. Lovely.
True, that one's true. That's wonderful.
Yeah, really good. And also, I think we can broaden this out a little bit now. Different people that you've met and the experiences you've had with them. And I was thinking of calling it I met blah, blah, blah once. So start that. With your
that's
comment.
good.
Just one I'm going to read out. Will Stewart. I've got a story about Norman Whiteside. It's 2016, during a family holiday in Spain. We went for lunch for a standard Spanish pub sitting on the beachfront. Midway through dinner, my dad, massive Man United fan, spots Norman Whiteside on the beach. He screams, Norman! And sprints across the beach. I cautiously followed him, and by the time I caught up to them, my dad is telling Norman that Jose Mourinho is a proven winner and will get the club back to winning ways. He was wrong. My dad then disobeys Roy Keane's #1 rule and asks for a picture. Norm says, yeah, go on then. As I pull out my £50 Huawei, I don't know how you say it, phone, due to the phone being so slow, it took 5 or so seconds to open the camera. Then Norman says in a sassy manner, come on, son, hurry up. You never used that before. Me being 14, having no clue who this guy is, I was shocked. So in a panic, I pretended to take the picture
Yeah,
due to my phone not loading the camera. About an hour later, my dad asked to see the photo of him and his idol. I had to break the news to him that it must have deleted itself. I was shunned for the remainder of the holiday.
That's so true. That you just you think, oh, it's too all right. Just good.
Yeah, got it.
Right,
good,
nice one. Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
Got it.
That'd be good.
Do you know what's the most common said thing after you take a photo for people?
Yes, got it. Yeah.
The most commonly said thing is, "I've taken a few for you there." So if you've met anyone and it's a good story, please don't make me read it if it's a bad story. But if it's a good story, also moments of panic, I think could be funny.
Yeah, moments of panic, that would be great. This is a bit like football in Wangs, but not as good.
What moments of panic?
No, just what meeting a footballer.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Footballers Wangs was good. Should we bring that back? Good do.
Footballers Wangs. What is it? What's the song?
Footballers Wangs can happen to you.
Look at
me. I saw tells. Occasionally it happens, but you've got to be strong. Samisms can hit you at any time. Rob Santi, Samism. My mate said to me after I died on a game that I was dropped on my baby as a head. Shut that in there.
I don't think that's less a Samism and more just a confusion of expression.
True.
Just got the words wrong, didn't he?
I think we've got our Jaff and Bingo done. And also we've had a couple of hits on Jaff and Bingo this week.
I've heard. Yeah. We've got there's the £100 million man.
Yes.
Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
So
which
we
is
cross
great.
that off.
Yeah, we can cross that
make
off.
a red.
Yeah, I can't remember where it is. I thought I put it in there. Maybe I didn't. I'll have to find it. I'm going to send it, Louis. Remind me, I need to send this to you. And I think it's Tyler as well. We can get it on the website and we can play each week. Keep an eye out for any Jaff and Bingo because we've had that. And I can't show you it, but Rafa Benitez did so quickly hit the graphic, didn't he? That was great.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple of those, which is wonderful.
I mean, the chances of that happening and it being him is fucking insane.
Yeah, really, really weird. Really weird. I wish I could... Oh, here you go. Lewis Lawrence. Season Bingo suggestion. Premier League manager becomes a magician and his technical hand gesture coincides with the animation graphic on Sky Sports. Absolutely. Make it red. There you go.
Hey!
Congratulations.
Bingo!
So we've got one. So we're hoping for Gary Neville to make I can't be asked to read it. Anyway, the last couple of new ones that we got in. Sean Dyche makes a joke in a press conference, causing the press media to celebrate what down-to-earth top bloke he is. But when you stop to consider what he actually said, it made little sense. Wasn't funny. Maybe a little bit weird. That's gone in there. Ronaldo was scoring entire club. That was last week. Oh, and I've got this one here, which might go away, but I'll read it out now. Season Bingo. The commentators are saying how great it is to have fans back and then panning in on the crowd only for the camera to pick up a supporter giving the bird to the opposition. Then they quickly go back to the pitch with not another word said on the subject. So we've got our first in Jaff and Bingo. Where's the 100 million? I can't find it. Doesn't matter. So there you go. We are up and running, which is it is honestly just glorious to see. Right. Buffet talk. I mean, this really has had
again?
more legs than I thought. Surely it's on the way down.
What?
I don't know. Literally 2/3 of the comments were about buffets.
All right, look, if the people want it, it's what they want.
Yeah. So we've got a little bit of chat on it. A lot of people kind of digging in on the sort of pizza bits and pieces. So let's dive into it. Buffet talk. Onion Bag says, I can imagine the buffet staff seeing James and thinking, easy profit on this little fella. only to be horrified seeing him eat 10 plates and to put them out of business.
Yeah.
And Josh just says I'm the Leicester of the buffet world. Don't see it coming. So yeah, what are you of the buffet world? Which club are you? Wow. It's incredible how you can link stuff to football. Alex Goddard, question for you.
Yeah.
Potential all-you-can-eat Japanese buffet on the horizon. Sushi, hot pot, tempura, the whole lot. Thoughts on how I'd go about this? Obviously not even thinking about the rice. I'm not stupid. I know you love the analysis, Jim, so I'd love a plate-by-plate rundown on how you tackle this.
I don't know if I call about Japanese cuisine really. I don't eat fish. So.
I do like so where are we going? I mean, so if it is, I think you've got to be careful here because hot pot. I don't know if Japanese hot pot is the same as say like a Korean hot pot, which is basically like broth in the middle and then you put meat in there. If it is, what I would say is, I often kind of go with a cheeky bit of veg early, before really kind of laying down my marker with the meat. But I feel like it's good to get a bit of nutrition in there, just so you're getting a real sort of a swing of it all. Because if I start with meat, vegetables feels like a letdown afterwards. So I like to kind of work my way up to the king of the meal, which is the meat.
It's not about how much you enjoy it, is it, Jimmy? It's about how much food you can get in your body.
Puke. That's a good point.
The water, the liquid of the soup is something you should avoid.
How do you feel about a mid-buffet chunder?
Disgusting.
Yeah.
It's like one of the worst things about that you could do, given the fact that there are not enough people eating in the world. To then just be sick so you can shovel more into your job.
Yeah. I think that's not within the rules for me. I think, if you're out, you're out. You've got a full time on it. You shouldn't be sick. Yeah. Not even if it's just to get dessert in. But I think sometimes you salt on the sweet. You got to be clever with that. So maybe get some Thai chili. What's it called? Sweet chili sauce. That could help at some point. Sushi. I guess you've always got, if it is all sushi, and you've got sashimi there available to you, then that is high value and low fill. So go to town on that.
Standard roll of sushi, right? So it's maybe about that big. Yeah?
Yeah.
How many could you smash in there of those in a go?
I think actually that's a really good point. I think
30 down.
Sure. No problem.
Yeah.
I think the important thing there is timing. If you are, if it's going to be those ones that got the rice around it, you just got to get it in before it starts to swell up in your stomach. Yeah, good point.
Do you know the? Have you heard of meat liquor?
Yeah, I love meat liquor. It's great. Oh, the deep fried courgettes with blue cheese sauce. Hello.
I haven't had one myself, but I saw they've got this challenge, right? Where it's 3 plates. It's 30 fries, it's a hot dog, and it's a burger. And they're all main meals that someone would have for dinner, and you have to eat all 3 in 10 minutes. If you can, they pay for your meal. There was a woman who ate all 3 things in, I think it was 2 minutes 10. She's like a champion eater.
Why is it always like a petite woman? I find that amazing.
She is petite.
How do they do it?
I don't know. But it was. I mean, it was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. Like, it was horrible, but it was impressive as well. Do
you know, sushi's somewhat ruined for me. I went and I had actually, honestly, amazing sushi a couple of weeks ago with the missus, but I can't look at wasabi. It's not sauce, is it? Wasabi paste, is it? Whatever. Yeah. I can't look at wasabi without thinking of you now. And it was like some sort of erotic S&M thing where you so basically Flav tried wasabi for the first time. He got sushi from around the corner when we were working together. And he's like, what's this green stuff? And he sort of But you went, what you do with wasabi is you get a little bit, you put it in your soy sauce and you kind of like mix it in. You were just plonking it on top of your sushi, and you were doing it, and then you were like, it's like when you've had too much mustard. You going, and I was thinking, oh mate, well, be careful, and then you were like, no, I love it.
I think you might.
You probably had your headphones in. You don't remember. You're just making sounds that you should be making. I've got so hot in it.
I do. I gotta say,
what are you doing?
It doesn't surprise me. I wouldn't have been putting raw fucking wasabi into my mouth, but I would have put perhaps too much. I like it when you get that burn right here. But I'm like in terms of
my sinuses.
Yeah, like wasabi, sort of hot English mustard.
Yeah,
and
well, wasabi is essentially horseradish.
Yeah, it's horseradish. Yeah,
little fact.
So yeah, I'd have horseradish on anything pretty much.
Okay. On the sideline. In terms of pizza buffet tactics, can you skip the crust? Does that count as a completed slice? For me, it does. For me, that's efficient.
I mean, we talked a bit about that, but I mean,
we've got. I don't know if this is going to work or not, Basically, we know last we were saying caught on camera. We're saying stuff that has been caught on camera that you want to see.
Mm.
We can do it.
I didn't catch that. Could you try again?
Sorry, that's fine.
Okay.
Do you want to do it? Someone's written one in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it? Can we watch it?
Yeah.
All right. So what is?
We just the problem might
What
be.
is this? What
so
is this?
I'll set the tone, shall I?
Yeah.
Set the tone. Set the scene. So this is from a young man who was playing in the under-13s final.
Yeah.
Now, let me just go to it. Actually, I need to read the comment out first. So what happened was, so he says, who is it? His name's proper
These are moments
paper,
caught on camera, right? So amazing things that have happened in your life, or impressive things that have happened in your life, or even embarrassing things that have been caught on camera.
Yeah.
And then we'll watch them.
So to the best football podcasters on YouTube, James and Flav. Regarding my best, worst moments caught on camera, well, lads, it's my honour to bring you my greatest, followed by my most defeating football moment on film. All within the space of about 30 seconds. So he's given us the link. The setting, St. Pewey, I think, who are playing in Stripes. They play a fierce final against rivals Oak Hill. I'll show you this in a minute, guys. The result, the match of the century. The match ended 3-3. And they lost on penalties with goals that were some of the best I've ever witnessed. Anyway, in terms of his bit, right? Last kick of the game. Let's go straight to it. 2 minutes 13. So the game was 3-2. And our boy Papermate steps up. And do you know what's great about this? The best bit, I'm going to unmute it. The best thing about this is the fact that this is being filmed by... so he's in the Stripes. He's playing for the Stripes. And this team, the other team, is the mother who's filming this. She's rooting for them. So she obviously doesn't want our boy Papermate to score a goal. So here it comes. Last minute in the final. This guy, he believes. So there's just so everyone ready? Everyone ready? Listen to the mum. Look, she's so happy. She's so happy because they've won the final. Oh yeah. He smashed it in from 25 yards.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh no! Oh no! You've got to be kidding me!
Is that the geezer that sent it in? He scored that goal.
He scored that goal. Great moment for him. Unbelievable.
Oh.
He's daring to dream, number 34. However, it starts.
Can we see that goal again?
You want to see that one more time, do you?
Bring it back. It was a strike. I think the keeper was somewhat lacking.
Yes, I would agree with that. I
don't take anything away. You had the balls to shoot from that far.
Yes, I just love the mum in this. Oh no! You're kidding me. Look at him.
You've got to be kidding me.
Did she say anything else?
Do you hear that? Oh, what's it? Oh, are you kidding me? So what happens now?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Are you kidding me, right? So then it goes to a penalty shootout.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. We're about to win that game, weren't we? Oh, no. You've got to be kidding me. So, right, the guy smashed one in from 25. It gets to the penalty shootout. And, of course, he's taking one. He's on the set pieces. This guy's taking one. Of course he is. We move forward to 2 minutes 40. And here we go. So we've had the best moment. If someone can reach out to this woman and get her to buy a tripod, because I'm getting vertigo watching this. Anyway. What do you think is going to happen here?
He's going to sky it, isn't he?
You think it's sky it?
Yeah. that is a fucking woeful penalty.
Yeah. What? I don't know what's happened here. He's looked up early.
What's he done? What's he done?
Look, now we know we can laugh about this because we know he can strike a ball.
That's what it is. It's not like he's like someone who can't play football. He's just hit one from 25 yards in the bottom corner.
Exactly.
What's he gone for? I mean, he's trying to place it in the side, but I don't know. That is, that's a terrible penalty. Like, what do you say to your teammates? Apology isn't enough.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't the only one to miss one, and they did lose the penalty shootout, sadly. But yeah, highs and lows. If you've the best thing that's ever been caught on camera, doesn't need to be football, can be absolutely anything. let me know. Put a link in your comment, and we'll have another look at it next week.
Definitely.
I just want to finish off with someone beating the system, because I think it's important to finish on a high after that. Mr. Blue Sky UK, very simple. He says, Morrison salad. Put a boiled egg in each corner and fill the rest with pasta and bacon bits. You get more than your money's worth. You will feel incredibly smug at the checkout. Think of the weight. The weight on that. The weight on that.
So why did you
Boiled egg
what's the boiled eggs for? What's the boiled eggs do?
Do you know what I love about this the most is that he's thinking, right? Eggs, not expensive. Okay? Bacon bits, not expensive. Pasta, not expensive. But what he wants to be, like most, and I'm generalizing here, but most men, all we want to do is get our money's worth and be full. That's all we want. And so for him, at no point is he gone, is this a bit basic? No, he's gone, boiled egg, each corner, loads of pasta in there, fill it up, size of a brick.
This is the deli section.
Deli section, yeah. The old section.
He's eating 4 boiled eggs for lunch every day.
Yeah, God, imagine that. He gets home 4 boiled eggs, a mountain of pasta with little bacon bits in it. No vegetables. Don't waste your time.
I mean, that's a lot of eggs.
I can only imagine his stool.
Yeah. He's like, let's work out how many eggs that is. Like, that's 4 eggs a day, 7 days a week. That's 7. That's
5 days. If it's a working week, we'll say 5. Be fair.
All right, so
5 times
16. 4. So 16 times 52. Let's see how many eggs he's eating in a year.
16 times 52. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
All right.
No, 16. Yeah. 16 times 52.
5 times 4. 5 times 4 is 20. 20
what?
Times 52.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, fuck yeah.
16,000.
No, 5. No. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. 20. What am I talking about?
That can't be right.
20 times 52 is eating 1,040 eggs. Yeah.
Right, we'd like a picture. We'd like a picture of your stool with a spoon next to it, please.
Jim, no, I don't want to see that. Jim, he's also definitely eating eggs at the weekend. He's having a fry up at least one of those days. That's what 2 eggs, and if he's a big boy, maybe 3 eggs.
Yeah. So hang on. So
I reckon
how many do you think he's having a week?
I reckon he's eating 24 eggs a week.
24 times 52 equals 1,248 eggs a year.
I don't know if that's healthy. I don't know. I know eggs are good for you, but you can have too many eggs. It's like, yeah. Let me just let him know, just in case.
Look at Ben. What Ben's just written.
What?
Ben says, perhaps he needs to take the chickens off your hands. Give me a
Yeah, you need my chickens. You want eggs. He's supplying them on a daily basis.
Do you know what I love? The best thing about all this is his name again, which I'll just remind you, is Mr. Blue Sky UK. Blue Sky Thinking. Blue Sky Thinking. Guys, a meeting, right. We need something. Lunch isn't working, guys. I got it. Mr. Blue Sky UK. Yes, well, I expected big things. Your name is Mr. Blue Sky UK. 4 eggs in the corners. Pop in as much pasta you can get.
They've got high cholesterol. That's what it is.
Yeah, and this is the problem as well. Like, you know, people go big on eggs because protein. But he's got so much carbs in there as well. The pasta.
It's just I don't know. Like, I hope he's working out.
Yeah, maybe need at least half an hour running a day, please. No, I can only imagine what's happening after that. Right. With that, someone beating the system. If you beat the system in any way, shape or form, let us know. And we'll read it out next week.
I don't know how he's beating the system though. What? You pay for the weight, right?
I'm not sure I'm not sure that's for us to decide. I think if he feels he's beating the system, he's beating the system.
Yeah, fair enough. Right.
Thanks everyone for watching. If you want to join us on Patreon, there's a link in the description. Go follow Flav on TikTok. He's massively addicted to it. Frankie thing.
It's not following me. It's my dog. Although I haven't posted anything in 2 weeks, I'm getting a bit bored of that now.
Okay,
it's not working.
Well, okay, then don't bother with that. If you enjoyed the podcast, hit the like button. Let us know your thoughts, and we'll see you next week. Thank you, patrons, for joining us.
Adios.
See you soon. See you later. Bye, slugs.